I think Hitscan DPS are like 10 times easier to play than Flex DPS. And I'm gonna prove this point by getting GM for the first time ever since the Season 9 rank changes. This is the series where I'm gonna prove that Hitscan players are low-key privileged. So to give some context, back in Season 15, I really locked into Overwatch and played a bunch of comp, just one-tricking Tracer, and the express goal of this whole escapade was to get GM. I thought I could do it, I truly did. But as you can clearly see, I failed miserably at this. I got better on Tracer, sure, but like GM, I didn't even get close to scratching GM. Now looking back at this, the reason I think I failed is with how bad my consistency of play was. Like, I had games where I think I for sure reached like the GM benchmark or whatever of skill. Like, I had games where I was playing like prime Sugar Free back when he was, you know, good. RIP Lenny. But a lot of my games were not like that, because when it comes to Tracer or any other Flex DPS, your playstyle like changes super drastically when you play, like whether it's characters or behaviors of players, your gameplay like changes completely, and that requires like a crazy amount of mental output, especially when like you're kind of not very good yet, but like you're learning. And because that, my consistency on Tracer, like it just, as I said, it wasn't very great, despite me often like performing really well. But that's not what ranked is. Ranked like doesn't really care that, oh, I swear I played well yesterday. All ranked is literally just, you have a positive win rate, you climb, you have a non-positive, you fucking drop. That's all it's about. And as opposed to Flex DPS, Hitscan characters actually serve this function perfectly. Like, sure, you have to adapt to an extent, but at the end of the day, on Hitscan, like, you kind of just pick an angle and shoot. I know I'm oversimplifying, but like, end of the day, like, you're either sitting in main or taking off angle, and that's kind of it. You don't really change your playstyle. And if you're a Hitscan player at this point, you might be like, wait, what the fuck, man? That's not true. Hitscan is just as fair and honest of a role as Flex DPS. And like, yeah, like we could fucking sit here, argue about this all day, but if you think this is cap, just let me fail. You might be asking, fail at what exactly? So the exact rules of this challenge I'm doing are that for the entirety of the Season 2 in the new system or whatever, I'm gonna play Hitscan only, and the higher I'm able to go above Masters 4, the more correct I am, with GM being kind of the real goal. This is kind of to emulate the exact same circumstances I did on Tracer, on which I completely failed. So, you know, I do the same thing with Hitscan, and, you know, I do better, that means I'm right. I do the same, that means I'm wrong. I'm gonna take everything back. I'm gonna fucking get on my knees and apologize profusely, right? So that brings us to the which characters am I gonna play? Since this whole challenge was born out of pure hatred and jealousy for the privileged Hitscan players, I've hated Widowmaker, no matter the meta, no matter the year, no matter what. Widow has always been kind of the, you know, the privileged Hitscan character, no matter what. She always has had the one shot. And this time, it's my turn, okay? So one of the characters is definitely gonna be Widow. Now, I'm not a fan of like playing too many characters. I usually have one or two, but since, I mean, I definitely can't one-trick Widow. That's insane. So the second character I've picked for this thing is Sojourn. Like, who better? Because, you know, you can play Sojourn on any map at any point. I'm gonna play Widow on the Widow-friendly maps, and I'll play Soj in all other cases. Of course, there's also bans to consider. So I don't know, I might play someone else like every now and then, but it is gonna be 99.9% these two characters. Now, you might have a concern of being like, oh, come on, this is already like unfair. Soju's too broken. But I think this is honestly like the most fair character I can take here. Because look, we're comparing this to season 15 when I played Tracer. Tracer was top 1 or top 2 characters during season 15. So I think it's only fair we're comparing that season to when I play another broken character just in the Hitscan role now. So yeah, the whole point of this is that I think like no matter how bad you play, end of the day on Hitscan you're gonna get like way more value than you would on Flex during like the bad days and just in general. This is gonna be like, I mean, I guess this theory is the epitome of I'm gonna get good by playing a lot. If you ever heard someone say that, this is what I'm trying to do, is just get good by playing a lot. I don't think that's really possible on Tracer or any other Flex DPS. So yeah, I'm gonna tilt Q for like 8 hours straight. I'm gonna rage, I'm gonna complain, and yet I'm gonna get good despite it all. That is the epitome of this mega theory or whatever. I don't know, most of y'all probably agree anyways. Like, I don't know who I'm talking to right now. So I am gonna stream all of my gameplay and stuff starting like probably today. Don't worry, there's no pressure to show up. Okay, I'm gonna upload the best parts here regardless. But if you want, I do give you the permission to follow. You're welcome and thank you. See you in GM.